Never in my life and in your existence do I ever want to hear y'all say that authors write the same and all the recs are the same and the internet keeps recommending the same 10 books. So when I created this channel, I really wanted to have a presence online, specifically as a resource for indie authors, specifically for readers, and also on the author side as well, to give people and circulate more books other than the 10 books that we are seeing or that people are claiming that they're seeing now. Mind you, I'm on the side of Booktok that I get new recommendations every single day. I'm constantly writing into new authors, but I have also created my algorithm and curated my algorithm to that specifically for me. Although all of these books, I do a lot of book hauls, and the reason why I continue to film book hauls, not only because they do really well on my channel, but also because it's the quickest way for me as I'm purchasing books and as I am adding books to my library, specifically from indie authors, and as I'm finding them, the quickest way for me to get those books circulated back out onto the internet is by creating a haul. I had this idea of creating videos and creating like a little mini series of recommendations, authors that I have added to my bookshelves that you should too. If you're an avid reader, if you're looking even just for other recs outside of just the general mainstream things. And while there's nothing wrong with mainstream, I can understand people wanting to delve out to like kind of get away from that and kind of have a balance and a mixture of diversity from different authors and different genres, etc., etc. So I really want to take moments on this channel to highlight different authors that are indie authors, Black authors, Latino authors, Indian authors, like Native authors, everything, because I'm constantly looking for new authors. I'm constantly looking to expand my library. And my goal for my library is to have 90% or more, but 90% indie author. That is my goal for my library. So with that being said, here are some authors that I've added to my TBR that you should too, that I have added to my bookshelf that you should too. Some of these I have read, some of these I have not. If you're looking for new recommendations, if you're looking for new books, if you're wanting to get your eyes on different books out there, this is the video for you. If you're looking for Black indie authors, this is also specifically the video for you. Let's get into it. So first up, we have Miss Lorna Lewis. If you love Black romance, if you love healthy romance, relatable characters, small town, Lorna Lewis is the one for you. Now, these are all of the copies of the books that I own. We have books like The Love Syllabus. We have a sports romance, The World Around Us. We have a billionaire a billionaire vacation novella series. And it's not just the men that are billionaires. The women are billionaires too. And then last but certainly not least, we have a small town romance. And this is the Love in Beverly Mail series. There are 3 books in this series. We're starting off pretty strong here. Switching up the genre just a little bit, we have KOLD. He is a urban fiction, okay? So we have Scandalous. We have New to the Streets, Heart of the Streets, and True Fiction. And then of course he even has his Ducati Mob series, which I have not had a chance yet to get my hands on. Next is Miss Taylor Marquette. Now these are the books that I own, but I don't have, there's one book that I have that's more of a thriller, like a suspenseful novel. I'll put a picture of it up here, but I don't have that with me physically. We have The Willow, which is more of like a historical kind of vibe, and then we have a romance series. These are the first 3 books. I still have to get the 4th book in the series, but this is the Hamilton series. You can get them on Amazon. Now next we have Lorna Lewis. It is a thriller / mystery between 2 sisters, two sisters that carry a secret that could possibly tear them apart. Now this next author, I do not own any physical copies because she is another author where her physical books are very hard to get your hands on, okay? And listen, sending love to everybody in the world except for those ones that have physical copies of Nina's books. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, but I read Lemon Pepper, which you can get on Kindle, and a lot of these books you can actually get on Kindle as well, or as an ebook. But I read Lemon Pepper by Nina. That was a 6-star read for me this year. I loved that book so much. But she also has the On Us series and a few other ones as well. Definitely check out her catalog on Amazon. But if you're a physical book girly, I would honestly, I am primarily a physical book girly, and it was the fact that I didn't have any of her physical books that kind of put me off from reading her books. I wanted to wait until I actually got my hands on a physical copy. However, this is the one author in this list that I would recommend go ahead and get you that ebook, because I wish I wouldn't have waited so long, because I enjoyed the book Lemon Pepper so much. So much. The next author is going to be Miss T.S. Martin. This is a new author for me, and this was a blind buy, if I'm being honest, only because I wanted to support this author and I had heard amazing things about these two series. So we do have, this is the Love and Trust series. There's two books in the series, so it's book 1 and book 2. Book 1 is Nobody But You, and then book 2 is Only You. And like I said, I normally, if y'all know me, y'all know I typically don't like people on the covers, but why do I like these? Like, I really, really like these. Then we have the Love Secrets series. So this is Love Like That, Love Like This, and Love Like What. Again, typically don't like people on the covers, but I am enjoying this. This is books 1 through 3. All 3 of these books are surrounded by secrets that could possibly tear couples apart, secrets that cause problems in the romance. So there is romance, but there also seems to be plot as well. I haven't read these just yet, but wanted to include these in the video. And then these 2 books, there are romances that surround topics where the struggles are surrounding trust. Then we have a little bit of a fantasy novel. So this is a sapphic fantasy book. Y'all, this is a chunker. Okay, a chunker. And actually book 2 just came out, which is something that I will be eventually picking up soon. But this one is called Scars Like Wings by Chelsey J Leon. The only thing that I know about this book is that it is a sapphic fantasy romance. It's got a lot of different elements in it, but I don't have anything like this on my shelves. I went ahead and picked it up. I have not read this one yet, but if you like sapphic fantasy romances, you might like this. Next author recommendation is Millie Belizaire. Now, this is the only book that I own by her currently, and I have not read this one yet, but I have heard that this is an emotional one, that the character goes through a lot. If you like emotional, in-depth stories, I think that you would really, really enjoy this one. This one was another one that Shaughnessy reviewed on her channel, along with a few other people as well. But she was kind of the one that kind of pushed me to go ahead and purchase this book and read it and add it to my TBR. But again, I've heard nothing but amazing things about this story. The next author is Miss Aubree Pynn. Now, if you're anywhere on Black Book Talk, you probably have already seen this author circulating. I happen to get my hands on only 2 of her books, but she does have a whole backlog for you to search through. So we have Maybe for the Summer, and then Indigo Haze. This was my first book by her, and then this is my second pickup by her. I have heard amazing things about both of these, but more so, I've heard nothing but great things about this one. Now, Ladii Nesha, this one is the one that I'm going to be starting out with her books. I do have a few others of hers, but this is the one that's most anticipated currently on my TBR. If you watched my 26 before 2026 or 26 before 2026 ends, you would have seen this video, this book listed in that video. And I just know that this book takes people on a ride, okay? And I've heard nothing but amazing things about this book. I haven't heard a person say anything bad about this book at all, or her writing. Everyone loves her writing. And so if you have not picked up anything by Ladii Nesha, now is your sign to do so. Perfect for the fall season, Hear My Heart by Tay Mo'Nae. And then this one was another one that I had. This was one of my first purchases. And this is called Drunk in Love. And both of these, I'm not even gonna lie, this one was a fall pickup for me. And then this one was just a play off of the Beyonce song Drunk in Love. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know it's a silly reason, but when I was going through her catalog, because she has an extensive catalog as well, check out her other work as well if either of these two won't be fitting. But I really think that if you're looking for fall recs, this is a really, really good one. I am going to be reading this one in a fall reading vlog. And then this one, the back, it says, "What would you do if you woke up married to a stranger?" And oop. Okay, so this next one is for my dark romance girlies, and it is called Take Me There by Tash. Listen, I am so excited to read this one. I'm probably going to end up getting to this one here soon, because I do want to do a dark romance reading vlog. But this right here, y'all, she's a new author. This is her debut novel, and it's a dark romance. Need I say more? Need I say more? All right, y'all, so let's go ahead and finish out this video with the next couple of authors that I picked out from my shelf. Some of these I've read, some of these I have not. So let's get into them. So the first one is going to be Mimi Grace. If you like sweet, cozy romances, Mimi Grace is your girl. Okay, I really recently did a vlog reading this book. If you haven't watched it, go ahead and watch that one. I read this one because this one is a fall vibe. Based off of the cover is the reason why I picked this one up for this particular video. But what I will say is she does have 3 other books in the series, and I will definitely be picking up the rest of these because I love this one so much. It was very sweet, it was very cozy, it was very this is like a, I would say this is more of like a palate cleanser type of book. But if you genuinely enjoy sweet cozy romances, this would be someone that I would recommend picking up, someone that I've read and I actually really thoroughly enjoyed. If you like fantasy, okay, if you like fantasy, I stumbled across this author on TikTok. This one is called Awakening by J. Ross. And the thing that's so interesting about this one is the main character's name is Adanya. She decided to sacrifice a couple months of time through a spell that was supposed to help her people. But with this spell, she was going to be in a coma for 3 months. I'm not sure all the details and the ins and outs of that, but that is what the back of the book says. And instead of being in that coma for 3 months, she ends up being in that coma for 70 years. When she wakes up, her kingdom is completely destroyed. And that alone was like, let me go ahead and pick this up. Plus, the cover was a plus. So, and I'm dipping my toes into fantasy. So, I'm trying to, with this little series that I'm doing, I'm trying to pick up books in all categories. So, I wanted to include another fantasy in this video because I want to make sure that I'm covering all bases for all readers. Next, we have another sports romance. If you've been anywhere on Black Booktok, you probably have seen this author, but this is Janiah Benitez, and this is the first book in the series, and it is called The Plan. This one is a baseball player, so if you like baseball romances, this one might be a good one to grab. This next author is like a one-stop shop, okay? Because she has books in fantasy, she has books in thrillers, she has books in romance, and I'm sure more than what I've seen because I just now started to tap into actually picking up her books. I've been seeing her here and there, but I haven't picked it up until recently, and that is Shanora Williams. So like I said, if you like fantasy, if you like thrillers, if you like romance, this is a romance and this one is a thriller, but she's everywhere. If you like any of those things, definitely check out her backlog. And then last but certainly not least, for my cowboy romance girlies, Peyton Banks, okay? But she doesn't just have cowboy romances. She has cowboy romances. She has, I have another one that's a police officer and I think a firefighter. So she has that. If you like spicy, if you like strong protective heroes, Peyton Banks. And I'm sure people have seen her on TikTok, but I wanted to mention her because we see a lot of cowboy romances, and cowboy romances are really popular in 2025. They are extremely popular. This is perfect for somebody who is looking for a cowboy romance by a different author, Peyton Banks. So those are all of the authors in this video. This is going to be the first of many episodes like this. I'm still trying to figure out the format of this kind of video and how I want to go about it because, like I said, some of these books I've read, some of these books I have not read, and a lot of them I have not read. But I want to be able to circulate these authors on the internet and have at least videos where people can come to get recommendations, or not even just get recommendations, but get pointed into directions of different authors so that we can get these indie authors a little bit more circulated on the internet. That's really all this video is for. So if you like this video, like and comment down below, subscribe, comment in the comment section any authors, indie authors, just new authors, underrated authors, books, etc., etc., so that if people come and see this video, they can see more in the comments. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye, guys.